Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is Brian and this is Candice.
Hi.
And it is another Tiki Tuesday from here in our home tiki bar, Holly Ivy. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. I've rebounded from my alarm clock mishap yesterday and my, 73 tries to try to go live yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I went live over and over and over again. I even tried doing a watch party,
Yeah.
watching a video, and nobody showed up until the last one. So I
Yeah.
don't know if there was an update. I don't know if there was an internet problem. I don't know what was going on. But
I don't either.
we're here now.
It's a new day.
I know what it was. Candice wasn't there, so then nobody wanted to come watch.
That's not true.
That's probably what it was.
I didn't want a Facebook yesterday.
I know. You were busy. I kept pointing upstairs like, Candice is busy. Maybe she'll come, but she didn't.
No.
Dolly was there. Dolly was like looking at me judgingly, just kind of shaking her head. But that's what it is. So speaking of Tuesday,
It's Tuesday.
it's Tiki Tuesday, everybody. And you can see the lights and everything going. We have it all lit up.
Yeah.
I decided to light it up in advance so the echo wouldn't just get mad at me and make fun of me the whole time. Let me do this.
She was actually acting very sassy today. Brian came up for a lunch break while he was working from home, and we were sitting in here, and he was requesting it play music, and it was getting real sassy and not listening and not paying attention. And then like we have an echo in this room, and then we have one in the other room, and like that one started playing music. It was a whole fiasco. It was so funny that I was crying laughing. So
Sure.
that's the stage of quarantine that we're in.
Yep.
Is I like couldn't breathe from laughing so hard because the Alexa was sassing my husband.
Dueling echoes. I told this one to play.
It
said
so
no.
funny, you guys.
That one started playing, and then this one started playing after a minute.
I'm pretty sure you had to be there.
Yeah.
But I mean, take my word for it. It was hilarious.
Yeah, we were all sacked up in a big pile of pillows and blankets on the.
The house got cold today.
It did get cold today. It was weird. I think
I was in a tank top yesterday, and today
Yeah.
I was freezing. I'm back in sweats.
It's April, so I wonder if that was like second false spring or
Who
this
knows?
is late winter or something. But that's what's happened in the past. Like last week was so nice and so warm and so sunny.
So sunny. I had like a slipper tan on my feet.
So hopefully everybody's there. Hopefully you can see us. Hopefully you can hear us. I can't.
Yeah, can you guys like throw a comment because like nothing's popping up for us, and
it looks
we
different.
can't see if people are online.
It also looks different from last time. Remember there used to be like a bar on this side?
Yeah.
So if you're there, say hi. We'll say hi back. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
But it was chilly today, and even the furnace kicked on, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I thought that was probably because you ended up turning it on.
I did. I turned it on because I was freezing.
Yeah, down in the basement it stays chilly anyway, but then it started getting the warm air blowing on me. I was like, what is happening? And I thought it legit could have been that cold because it got pretty chilly outside.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody's staying warm.
I don't know if people are actually on or seeing us.
I know. I just keep seeing things pop up and go down and
Should
pop
I
up.
maybe
And
check my phone?
Yeah, let's check your phone to see if it goes like it's like the weird. We see the number go.
Sorry, everybody.
It looks like there's a little eye right here.
Which usually means viewers.
It says viewers, but I see it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It does say you're live now.
Well, so let's see if a second viewer comes on when you get on.
See here.
Can you put a comment on? There's 2. There's 3.
Ooh.
One thing about live, there is that little bit of a delay. So like from the time I say it and it goes out, or the time we say it, it goes out. Hey, John. Hey, Candice.
That's me.
That's you. So, but it still hasn't put your comment on yet.
No, so I think we probably have just like a very long delay.
Yeah. So then you put the comment out, and then it spun around, and then the times it's come back. Hey, John. Who knows when you said hello? We're saying hi back. It's very interesting. So it's live.
It's weird because on my phone his comment comes after mine.
Oh, that's interesting.
Weird.
The live is interesting because it's semi-live. I think John noticed that the other day when we were on. There's definitely a delay, and I'm sure it's different how everybody is watching it.
Yeah.
because it's based on their speed and their throughput and everything. But it says 6 people are here, so we're thankful that you're here. We've watched that number go up and down. For some reason, your comment hasn't jumped in. Oh,
that's my new comment. My first comment never went.
Oh, so I'm just gonna chalk that up
so we're
to
here.
We're here. We're having a great time. I'm just gonna chalk that up to maybe Facebook is just super busy.
I think so.
Like lots of people are going
prime
live
time
and seeing
on
what's
the
going
Face
on.
Place.
Prime time on the Face Place. I did do a Zoom earlier today for a friend. It was his birthday, and it was a surprise birthday. So his wife sent out the meeting, and we're all sitting around waiting. And then she brought up on her phone and just kind of got it ready quietly. And then she turned the phone at him, where you see his face kind of like try to focus onto what it was. And he sees all these faces of his brother and her sister and their friends and their college. And we all started singing happy birthday. Hi, April. And hey, Sissy. And it's very strange with that kind of Zoom thing, everyone's singing happy birthday because it's a little lag and it's a little not, and it was a very interesting sounding event, that's for sure. But it sounded like fun.
It's cute that you still could celebrate him and bring him a little piece of joy through this weird quarantine times.
Yeah, and he's a big Ghostbusters fan, so I found a Ghostbuster wallpaper that sat in the background, so that was fun. And he goes, "Look, you're a ghost." I'm like,
Ghostbusters!
Because it would kind of ghosty. Hi, Krista. So for Tiki Tuesday, the big question, Candice, what are you drinking today?
Oh, I made a delicious drink tonight.
Oh,
it is.
Show us.
Pineapple, cranberry juice, and Sailor Jerry rum.
Rum. With regular cranberry juice, or is it a flavored?
It's cran grape.
Cran grape.
Because that's what we had. Yep. I usually just use regular cranberry.
Yep.
And not the weird like cocktail, like cranberry cocktail, like weird fakey cranberry, like. Buy cranberry juice.
Yeah. The Ocean Spray has some really good ones with the cranberry juice, and they also have like the 5 calorie per serving mixed ones. There's a cran grape that's really good, a cran blackberry, and the cran cherry.
It's so good, you guys.
So good, and for 5 calories, like it is really good.
No, I'm talking about my drink.
Oh, your drink. Oh,
this drink is real good. So pineapple, cranberry. Sailor Jerry.
Hey, Michelle.
Delicious. Ice.
Left or right?
We can see the comments now.
We can see the comments now.
They were not coming through before.
Yep.
Everything just started kind of working now. So that gets rid of the comments.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's my first comment. It just showed up.
Funny. That testing 1, 2, 3 was a comment that you did a long time ago, and you commented since then. Well, that's good to know, too, that people might be commenting about who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Hi, Jenny. How's it going? Oh, now we know that other people are watching us. Interesting. Anyway, so for Tiki Tuesday, we also picked out some Tiki mugs to show today. Because as you can see on the wall, lots of Tiki mugs. We have a couple more boxes. I need to figure out more shelves. I think over in this corner, we're going to put up a case to put some other things in.
Yeah.
I picked out some mugs. What I had done before was I was only really buying mugs from places that we'd been.
Yes.
And then also if we found them, like bought them in person. So either, hi Kim, we bought them in person either because we were at that bar, we were at that event, or that garage sale, that thrift store, that whatever.
Yeah.
But then some of these tiki places had some really good deals.
And they're so cool.
And some of them are so cool. Now, I know there's a lot of people that will spend a lot more on some tiki mugs and some limited edition color things.
We have kind of a set budget that we've both kind of agreed on and like feel like.
Well, I think what happens is like we kind of set what we think the value is. We're like, hey, I like that, and not the value in general.
No,
because hey, if you're making them, sell it for what you can.
Absolutely.
Make that money.
Make
part
that
of your collection.
Money.
But like for sometimes I might be like, hey, I'll go to this amount.
Yeah.
Or I'll go this amount. But if I'm going to go here and it's priced here, I'm like, I'll wait.
And also, we're not eBay tiki mug people. Like, we don't shop for mugs on eBay.
Yeah.
Generally. Like,
I'll look on eBay
look
just
for, like, vintage ones sometimes.
Well, what I'll do is I'll usually look to see if there's people that are selling, like, groups of them or just kind of liquidating them, getting it out.
I feel like that's what we used to do to, like, build our collection early on.
But once we built it, we haven't done that. And like I said the other day, I was like, I'm not going to get any more mugs till I have shelves. And then next thing I know, I had a dozen more mugs.
That's fine.
So,
it happens.
But what I had done over time is I did pick up some mugs that I thought were super cool from places that I, one, had not been, and two, might be unlikely to go to, but I did like the mugs. So
Yeah.
here's the first one I want to show off. It's from a very interesting place. I don't remember where I first heard of them, but it was interesting. It's a place from, it's called Fong's Pizza, and it's in Des Moines, Iowa. I think I saw it on one of those.
I think it was Man vs. Food or
It
something.
was like Man vs. Food. It was definitely a Food
It was
Network,
like a Food Network show.
Yeah, and they were talking about, what the kind of interesting places. But here's in Des Moines, Iowa. It's right downtown. It's a little pizza place, but they made tiki drinks. So you can see there's a dragon, and it's wrapped around the pagoda. So I picked this one up. I think it was super cool.
Did you see I have a question? What started your interest in the mugs?
Oh, excellent question. I've always kind of liked them, and before we started collecting them, we would go to some tiki bars and see them. I just never had them before, and I thought it was always cool to see the glass that had, the garnish and leaves and an umbrella and a cool straw and thing. And then I started seeing that there were lots of really very interesting and talented artists who were designing them and putting them together. And also, it's kind of a cool souvenir.
Totally.
So when we go to a place that's a really cool bar and they have some mugs, like, hey, you know what? I like this mug. It's kind of like a postcard. It reminds us of when we were there.
It's from my last trip to Palm Springs, which was
Yeah, you can see the little
right before COVID, and it's totally my souvenir from Palm Springs.
Then I started getting more and more, and then we said, well, you know what? I kind of like them. And they're also just kind of nice decorative things. There's also ones like I don't know if you can kind of see. Not really. We show them off. There was a company that was making things called Geeky Tiki. So they had a bunch of Justice League mugs. There's a Fred and Barney mug. I think that's also where the Elvira one came from.
Where is she?
Oh, she's right behind you right here. So that was super cool. So this is, that's why I kind of like them. I also like that they're usable. We can drink out of them. We pretty much haven't drank out of them since they kind of go on the shelf. But that's also because we have a set of the glass ones like Candice was drinking out of that are dishwasher safe. And they're nice and thick and heavy, so they're easy to drink out of.
And you can find these on Amazon. They're Anchor Hawking Tiki Glass.
Cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought it was a cool collection, too. For a while, a long time ago, I didn't have a Harley, and I wanted one. But there was a Harley dealership just about everywhere.
Yeah.
So I would get a Harley t-shirt, and the back was a nice design and stuff. And I was like,
You have so many.
So many of them. But it's also like, well, it's kind of weird, I think. Like, it's cool to see the designs for them. I think even before that, I didn't have them, but I know for a long time there was the old Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
People would get those from where they were. But I was thinking of something that was maybe not clothing related, but something that I could display and show off and share. So that was one, the Fong's Pizza from Des Moines, Iowa.
Nice.
So then there was another one that I got, and it was from New York City. And
New York City.
Get a rope. Yep.
Sorry.
The Pace Picante.
Yeah.
This is a place called Otto's Shrunken Head in New York. It's a tiki bar and lounge. And this is what
These
the
are
mug
cool.
was supposed to look like. So you kind of see his face. He's got tall fade hair that's flames all the way around. It's got the name of their place on the back. Cool. And there's a little story about this one that came in, is that I ordered it and it showed up broken.
No.
So that's one of the downsides, because they are ceramic. And they get shipped around a lot. And they're designed, as kind of heavier. They're a little thicker.
Yeah.
A lot of the bars that will have them, you can go and you can drink out of them and buy them at the time. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Daryl.
Hi, Jeff.
And when you're drinking out of them, you can buy it and they'll wash it. And sometimes they'll put it in the container to come back. So what happened, it showed up broken. And I called them and said, hey, it's broken. It showed up that way. And they put in a claim to, the post office. And I took pictures and had everything. But since I had the pieces, I thought that I would customize it. So I had some glue and I glued it all up. And then I spray painted it. So now we have a kind of hot pink version. And
it pulls red on camera, but it's very pink.
You might be able to see like where the cracks are.
Very magenta.
Like you can kind of see red against my glasses. It looks kind of red. But I think it was kind of a cool color variation. So they're kind of brothers, a little heat miser, cold miser. His sewn up lips looks a little bit like a mustache on this one,
Yeah.
kind of shrunken head style. But since it's cracked, like it won't hold liquid, we won't be able to drink out of it. But as a display piece,
It's great.
I think it works pretty good. I just took it outside, glued it, and then I put some spray paint on. It was the same spray paint that Candice had used. You'd spray painted some like garden. I think you had a couple garden gnomes, and there was rabbits or something
Yeah.
like that.
I did vintage gnomes, and I did some rabbits too. Have we tried going shopping? Yes, I thrift shop on a very regular basis.
Yep.
And we've thrifted a bunch.
Yeah, so it's there's some when you go thrift shopping, I would definitely go looking for them.
Tiki marketplaces at like TikiCon.
Yeah. So we've gone to TikiCon. Candice has been to Tiki Oasis a couple times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times there'll be vendors. Even when we went to Viva Las Vegas, and when we went to Ink and Iron, those different events will have some vendors. There's also places online for sure, and I always look for a bargain. So sometimes things will go on sale, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get that one.
I found the vintage gnomes at Goodwill.
Also, Jennifer, happy birthday!
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Michelle. Thank you.
Oh yeah, happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Yeah, so that we go shopping there. We do find them. Like when we first started out, I was like, hey, I want to get a little more of a collection going, and I bought more and more and more.
Also, fun fact, I have a gnome garden here at our house. I put together a gnome garden outside. So I rolled out some AstroTurf, and I have a gnome collection. I like collecting things, obviously. But I have a bunch of gnomes and a fox and a couple of gnome houses, and I have
gnome doors.
I put up a white picket fence for them, and it's very cute. And I'm going to paint a little mural to be behind it. That's a sunny day for them, so it's sunny for them every day.
Gnomes are awesome, and we have a couple in the front yard too.
I'll send a picture to Brian so that he can post it, so you guys can see it.
Yeah,
or I guess I could post it to the comments in this video.
Yeah, you can post it in the comments in the video.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
so people can see my gnome garden.
Yeah, it is super cute. It's super fun. Candice, did you pick out a mug for today?
I did.
What did you pick?
Yes, I will post the picture later.
Okay.
I picked this mug.
It's kind of a tiki with like a fishing net and some glass floats.
And this was a mug that was created for Forbidden Island in
Alameda.
Mm-hmm. And it's a bar that we've been to a couple of times, and we both really loved the times that we went there. It's a couple of friends of mine's home bars that they go to all the time. And then the extra special thing, why I extra special love this mug, is it was designed and created by my friend, Big Toe, who's an amazing artist. And he's like really cool and like way too cool to be my friend. So I'm really glad he's my friend. But he signed it and like put the little eyes on the little gecko guy. So, and painted these little floats. Yep. So thanks, Big Toe. I love you, Tom.
Yeah, it is super cool. He's I
have not gone to the Alameda Flea, but I really would love to go.
Yes, we definitely want to go to the Alameda Flea. The times that we've been there, we've really been passing through. And really, the times we stopped,
we haven't been on a weekend.
Haven't been on a weekend. We were there for the birthday, the Tiki tour.
Yeah.
But that was more just like we had a bunch of other things that we were doing.
And then Jen's wedding was in October, and I don't think it was going.
That's very true. Could be. Yeah, I've seen things of it when
I know we need to go.
I think the Alameda Flea. I went to Mountain View once for work.
Yeah. And
they had big pamphlets about it, and it was like, here's the map, and here's the food, here's everything else. Like, yeah, it's. I have a feeling that since I had flown, I was like, I knew that I was going to go, and it wasn't the weekend I was there anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a gnome. I know where one is.
Oh, okay. So Candace is gonna get a gnome. But the other thing about Big Toe is I don't think I see any on here, but he's designed a couple mugs, so we have that. From where I'm sitting, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 of his pieces of artwork and a couple stickers. I think you can see here. So there's one right here. I think it's called like Ruby's Dilemma. And there's one here that's in a bamboo frame. Kind of a pirate girl. Hey, Matt.
So here's one of the vintage gnomes that I spray painted with a chrome spray paint, a chrome metallic spray paint. So he was like a vintage gnome from the 60s that I just spray painted because I didn't like brown and orange that much.
Yeah, and I think that was a thrift store find.
It was a set of 4. I painted 2 of them silver and then 2 of them hot pink.
Mhm.
And they look real cute. I was very happy with the way they turned out. They look real cool.
Yeah. And after...
They got cute little gnome faces. I love gnomes.
She married a gnome.
I married a gnome.
The gnomes are getting harder and harder to find thrift shopping.
They
I think
are.
more and more people are finding some of those cool stuff the past couple of years.
People like kitschy stuff now.
People like the kitschy stuff. But for that little guy, I think he was tucked
Sissy,
in
I would
a
love
package.
for you to be my gnome.
Yeah, you can come here and we won't spray paint you.
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe. But once Candice did that with gnomes and some little rabbits, I thought there was something else too. But I don't remember what. Maybe little elephants or something.
Oh, I made this guy.
Oh.
I didn't spray paint him. He was really weird looking at first, but then I painted her pink, and I painted his little hat, and then her tail was broken, so I found an old earring and I made her a little tail.
Yep.
So she was like really messed up when I found her, and she was like 50 cents at the thrift store, but I rehabbed her and made her beautiful. She's wood.
Yeah. She did, a great job. And once there's a section of the thrift store, and it's kind of the hi Melissa, it's like where the trophies,
crafting and drinking
and crafting.
It's what I'm good at, you guys.
It's that section of the thrift store where it's kind of usually by the kitchenware, but it's like it's where the tchotchkes are. There's almost always a bowling trophy or 3.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's those little like a Ziggy figure.
Yeah. I like painting weird stuff and making it cute. So you're doing something weird.
I don't know, but you could get anything you want and you can paint it. So like I said, painting this guy turned out to be pretty nice to display. But you can paint things to go in the yard, change it up a bit. You could always paint it over.
I found a really cute like wooden shelf that had like a heart cut out onto it, but it was like very like country 80s looking. And I painted it red lacquer, and it looks so chic and fashion and cute. Like you could just paint stuff and it gives it life. And like thrift stores are awesome because you give something new life and you make use of something that already existed, and it's not wasting something. It's great.
And you had
it's cheap.
Your makeup desk was a little white kind of desk that you painted red.
Painted red, and then I now painted it silver.
Back BC before Candice, I had a goldenrod colored fridge, full on late 70s, early 80s style fridge. Now I don't know how old it was, but I know that it was that goldenrod color. And I don't like that color in the middle of the house, so I painted the fridge.
Yeah.
I originally tried using that granite art stuff that you can spray and it kind of textures it.
Yeah.
The problem is that it was such a big space that you couldn't get an even coverage on it. So what I ended up doing is I just spray painted the whole thing black. So I made the whole thing black, and then on the one side that was facing is I painted and spray painted flames. So kind of hot rod flames. So that was that was the house when I lived in Carnation, and it was kind of a really wonky flow where you walked in either the front door and the back door, and you kind of looked right through the kitchen, and there's the fridge right in the middle. Oh, there's Dolly. Hi, Dolly. Say hi to everybody.
Say hi. The people want to see you.
No, he's going to sit there.
Yep.
She was digging through her toys. We've kind of put piles of stuff for her toys and try to keep it in one spot. There's a few that she likes. Again, not a sponsored video, but if you haven't tried BarkBox, highly recommend it. They've always had great treats and they've had great toys. And she doesn't tear up and ruin her toys, so when she's done with them and the next set comes through, we'll turn around and give it to our Candice's parents' dogs and sisters' dogs.
Yeah.
So they can tear it up. She did have a couple favorites, and I went online and they did have a couple extra that were on their kind of clearance rack. But yeah, definitely give them a try. They're super cool. Shows up every month. She knows it shows up, and she'll like walk over and kind of sniff at it. Hi, Sarah. She'll sniff at it. Hey, Greg. And we'll start like, I know this treat's for me. I know this treat's for me. But it's also nice that it's a couple high quality bags of treats, a nice big kind of special treat, and it kind of lasts her through the month till the next one comes up.
She loves it.
She does love it.
Highly recommend BarkBox. They're a great
Yeah.
company and they've been really wonderful. Dolly likes it. Say 5 stars.
5 stars. We might, once things clear up, well, the other thing we might do is we had gone ceramic painting a couple times. We might see if they have gnomes to paint there. Like we've painted mugs and plates and little pitcher and stuff like that. But I don't know why they wouldn't have gnomes. I mean, they could. So that would be fun to kind of paint and go from there. And also might be a fun party just to go together with people. Oh, did you lose something?
I'm looking for her keys.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought they might be under us, but
Yeah,
she could get under us. So it's
like her first toy were just like 3 rings. It's like a round ring and then like a star-shaped ring and kind of an oval ring. And it was her first toy. She's digging around. It was her first toy, and I think it's like her favorite toy. Oh, she's getting loco. I don't know what's going on.
She's just getting crazy. It's fine.
It's Puppy Loco Zoomies time.
It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, she'll pull those keys out and just kind of gnaw on them for a while. So it's nice. It's kind of cute. It's that, oh boy, it's her first toy. So
yeah.
So that's what's going on here in the old Holly Ivy Home Tiki Bar. Paint ceramic gnomes
cute.
back in the day. See? I have a feeling that those ceramic places might have it. Frankie's Tiki Vegas. So, Greg, Frankie's Tiki Room is probably my #1 all-time favorite tiki bar.
Same.
It's super cool. I've spent many hours sitting in there. Candice and I sat there. Friends to meet up there. It's my all-time favorite. Now, in the Northwest, there's a couple. So, the...
good, not food.
Good. Okay. I was like, you're replying to yourself. Hi, Erica. So in the Seattle area, there's a couple. There's one down in Tacoma called Devil's Reef.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that I haven't checked out yet, but it's in the McMinimans in Tacoma, in the Elks Lodge. And I can't remember what it's called. Like
Old Hangout?
Old Hangout. In Bothell, up here, there is the North Shore Lagoon.
It's like 10 minutes from our house.
10 minutes from now, if that.
If that.
It's the longest
If you
time.
get stuck at the light.
If you hit the lights, it's about 10 minutes. Also, it takes a little time for some parking.
Oh, the parking.
It shares a parking lot. Hey, Veronica. It shares a parking lot with, like, the high school stadium. So if there's a game, a soccer game, or a football game, parking could also be extra sketchy. But I do have a mug. I don't know if you can see it. There's, like, a mug up here from there. Jane. So those are the main ones. Now, in Portland, there's also Hale Pele. Highly regarded by most tiki people. It's super cool. I'm sure Sissy will jump in and give it a thumbs
Hale
up.
Pele is really awesome. I
Super
love Hale
awesome.
Pele. Good
Super
food,
fun.
good drinks. Kind of a wait on Friday nights.
Yeah,
but
Friday, Sunday's a little busy, but we've also
Good
been there on
time.
Sunday night. We've been there for
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. We reserved the Chieftain's table.
Yeah.
And had a bunch of people there for a Friendsgiving.
It's such a great place.
Such a great place. There's also a place that's
I think it's my favorite in the Northwest.
I think it's my favorite in the Northwest too.
Yeah.
There's also a place in Portland called the Alibi, old school tiki. That they kind of, I think they market themselves as like the oldest tiki bar, or one of the
Like
oldest
on the
tiki
West
bars.
Coast or
West
something.
Coast still running.
Yeah.
It's our Cheers bar. So those are the main ones. There's other places that have tiki nights.
Ooh, the Brussels sprouts. I love the Cajun Tots at the North Shore Lagoon.
Oh, the Cajun Tots.
They are bomb.
So good.
They also had a really good rum ice cream that we had one time. But I don't know if that was like a special
That's right, I remember that
one-time
now.
thing. But it was really
It might have been a special. There's other bars that have like a tiki night. I think there's a place called Albatross. There's a place called Navy
Hotel
Strength.
Albatross.
Navy Strength is the name of a kind of a pretty famous cocktail tiki bar too,
Or tiki drink.
Tiki
Yeah.
drink and Navy grog. But so there's a few places that might have them on different nights. So give them a look. See,
and Rum Fire.
Rum Fire.
Is it Rumba?
Rumba.
Rumba has a tiki night, and then they're opening a tiki bar soon.
It's been going soon for a little bit. And there's also one place that's a lot more tiki decorated and have some tiki Polynesian kind of tropical drinks, and that's Hula Hula.
Hula Hula is a straight up great time, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Karaoke.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. We're going to keep it real here. There's a lot of tiki snobs in the tiki world.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tiki snobs. And they are very fast to tell you what is not tiki.
Yeah.
And they will tell you that hula hula is not tiki.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It's a fun time.
It's a damn great time. And you're going to have really good drinks.
Yep.
And really good food. And epic good times with your friends. You're going to have a good night.
Candice went there 2 birthdays in a row, 3 birthdays in a row, I think.
5 birthdays in a row.
5 birthdays in a row?
5 birthdays in a row.
5 birthdays in a row?
5 birthdays in a row.
You haven't even had 5 birthdays where you've been able to drink.
Including the best birthday of my whole life. Like, up to now. Like, the best birthday I've ever had was had at Hula Hula.
I guess the tiki trip wasn't there. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Hula Hula was super great. I don't know what their deal is now. I just know that we called before, reserved a table. They gave us a table. A nice, cool place. They came around. Even though they had lots of people and lots of singing, they would come around with drinks, come around with food, and the waiter and waitresses were great. They had a really cool karaoke setup where you could sign up and you could see what's going on. They used to show stream live the karaoke so you could watch after the fact. I don't know if they do that much anymore. They did close down for a little while when they were in Seattle. The building that they were in, it was also shared with Teeny Biggs, and I think there was a costume store.
Yeah.
But they tore it down and they built some more of those mixed-use retail condos.
Yeah, bummer.
But they had moved.
Yeah.
So they found a new location. We haven't been to the new location.
No.
So that's kind of the big rundown of where the tiki bars are.
That we know of.
That we know of. I'm sure there's other places that are extra cool. There's a lot of places that are kind of maybe more nautical themed, maybe a little more adventure-y
I just remember the best one.
Oh.
Here.
Oh, well, yeah. Holly Ivy.
Duh.
Yeah, Hula Hula. It's a
good
fun
time.
It's a good time. And like I said, I'm sure...
Oh, there's that Tiki Tacky in...
Edmonds,
but I've not been there. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and there's one in Georgetown too. Remember?
Oh yeah,
but
I don't know.
The one in Georgetown seems to be like it seems to be, again, I haven't been there. Like it's more nightclubby.
Yeah, it seems
with
a little
theme.
Club.
But it still could be super cool. But
I don't know.
So that being said, there's some fun places. Yeah. I'm sure I'm always on the lookout for little cocktail rooms. And it used to be around a lot more. I think a lot of those old places have been torn down. But it would be something like, there's an example, is the Poodle Dog in Fife with the Pup Room. Yes. And if you remember, the Hang Chow in North Bend was a Chinese restaurant, and it had the Dragon Room. Yeah. So a lot of these places would have a little cocktail lounge off to the side.
Yes, I love that in between karaoke songs, they will play porn. Or if the person singing isn't particularly entertaining, they will start playing porn behind them. Like softcore Playboy video.
It's Playboy Channel stuff, so you might see Anna Nicole Smith frolicking in a car wash.
It's not a big deal. It's hilarious.
It gets everybody hyped back up.
Everybody is then engaged.
Yeah. So yeah, we're keeping an eye out for those different fun places. There was a Thai place called Chantenay, spelled Chantenay. Yes. Chantenay, Chantenay, and they had a place in Bellevue. Yeah. And they served tropical drinks, hula drinks. They sold tiki style drinks, and you could order it regular sized or Brock Samson sized. And Brock Samson sized is where they had it in the giant mug. So it was really designed for
like a
2,
bowl.
3, or 4. Yeah, a big bowl designed for a group. They also had delicious
or
food.
Brian.
Or me. I'd be like, I'll have the bowl for 4. I just need the 1 straw.
True story.
So those are some of the big ones. Again, when things come around in the summer, there might be some more that pop up, especially when they start doing some like tiki bar nights, tiki drink nights. We'll also have more here at the house. So that's definitely something to look forward to. And if you even go north, I know there's the Shameful Tiki Room.
Vancouver,
Tiki
BC.
in Vancouver, BC.
That place is great.
There's a website that used to be really, really good. It's still really, really good, but it hasn't been updated in a couple years. It's called Critiki, Critiki, and you could go by city, and they would tell you where things were.
We haven't been to No Bones Beach Club in Bellingham or the Oak Lodge yet. I was actually planning on bringing my dad to the one in Tacoma, the Oak the old hangout. I think
Old
is what it's
Hangout.
called.
It was literally like 3 days.
Like
wasn't it, before?
3 days before the shutdown. So that shut down those plans.
Yeah.
But no, those are on the list of places we want to go. I really want to go to No Bones because I've also seen their food and it looks great.
Looks good. The other thing we were looking at with No Bones is I need to remember that now that we're in Bothell, so if this was Western Washington and we're like here, which it's not, like I can do like here's Washington this way,
that way,
here's the peninsula,
yeah,
that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Okay.
But we are about the same from our house to Tacoma as our house to Bellingham.
Yeah.
Like we can just go north, and the traffic north is going to be easy. Huh?
Far.
What do you mean far?
It's a long drive.
Oh yeah, but I mean I said just as close. You said just as far.
Yeah.
Okay, half empty.
Yep.
I'm saying that the amount of time would even less to go north because it's going to be a wide open freeway.
Yeah.
We're not dealing with Seattle traffic, Tacoma traffic, interchanges. We'd just be zipping up. But like I said, I'm also keeping an eye out for all those super cool little cocktail lounges. A lot of Chinese restaurants used to have cocktail lounges in them. And that's kind of some of the history of some of the tiki stuff too. Is there would be the poo-poo platters and the Chinese food, and so it's super cool stuff. I really enjoy it. Obviously, our house is my favorite place to be, so we built that tiki bar. We've been to some other ones cool around the country. There's a lot more that we haven't been to yet.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. I've seen all of the photos.
Yes.
It looks really beautiful. I'm excited to go.
Yeah, I think it should be super, super cool.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, would you forget? Did we forget one?
New Look Toy in West Seattle.
Okay, New Look Toy.
Do yourself a favor and get to New Look Toy. You have to get to West Seattle, and it's the worst thing ever.
And it's even worse now without a West Seattle. Well, first of all, we can't go right now anyway. But
they open at 4 every day, except Sundays. I think they're not open on Sundays.
Every day.
They have incredible Chinese food. So good. And great drinks, cool bar, great staff, all around a great time. They have parking. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Highly recommend.
I feel like they had skee ball and karaoke. I think, what's the cat?
Oh, yeah, they have the Maneki Nekos.
Maneki Nekos, but they had like 150 of them. Lucky Cats. They had 100 of the paper lanterns from the ceiling.
It's a great place. Highly recommend New Look Toy.
Highly recommend. Yeah, it's probably less tiki, but it is super cool, super fun.
They have tiki drinks and the incredible Chinese food.
So good. Also, if you're in Vegas, Sully, I don't know if you're still on, try out the Golden Tiki. Also in Vegas, super themed out, super cool, a little more rock and roll edge. Great drinks, and they've had, I don't know if they still do it, they've had happy hour treats and kind of snacks and finger food, and it's been free, and it's been $1, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But they're in Chinatown area of Las Vegas.
Which is like 2 strip malls.
2 strip malls, but they get all the food from those other places, and it was amazing.
It was delicious.
Food. We ate there a couple times. We also went for a friend's wedding rehearsal dinner.
Yeah. And
it was super good. So if you're in Vegas, another one to try. There's also some really cool vintage places. I think we started a list, and then I lost where the list was. But we watch Evening Magazine all the time, and they pop some up. There's some couple cool karaoke places that are super cool and fun. So just those kind of dark and classic hangouts, super casual, super fun to look around, like those places. And we're keeping our eyes out for those cocktail rooms. But yeah, as the tiki bar stuff pops up, we'll keep an eye out for that for sure. There's also a tiki bar that's not as easily accessible. There's a guy who bought a old ferry boat, and he built a tiki. I think all that was it Pauhana.
I think so.
Was that is that the phrase?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what he called it. Well, I didn't remember what the phrase was, but he's designed it a little more. It seems to be more for corporate events and rentals and receptions and whatnot. And I think the idea was they were going to bring food trucks on the deck, and they had some bars and restaurants. But that place also looks really cool. But again, that might be a more difficult one to get a hold of.
Yeah.
But those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head in this area. Who knows what's going to be happening as things open and close?
Yeah.
Sick place in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
What's it called?
What's it called? What's it called? Well, that's
We went to Psycho Susie's in Minnesota.
Psycho
It was great.
Susie's Motor Lodge. Fantastic.
Yeah.
They're huge, and they're really 3 different tiki bars all put together. There's
Yeah.
1 ground floor and then 2 on the second floor. Complete different bars, different names, different drinks and menus. It's super awesome. We went there for my brother's wedding. They had tiki mugs for sale. I think we bought 10 mugs.
Yeah. Is it Max's Hideaway?
Max's Hideaway is what I'm thinking of.
I think that might be it.
The newer
right?
one there.
Yeah. That's the one everybody seems to be into right now.
I think they were like just getting
It's
lot
the
of
latest Bamboo Ben joint.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you look up Bamboo Ben, he also has a list of a lot of places.
What's up?
I don't know if Jeff's still on or not.
Oh no. Inside jokes. Sorry.
But yeah, so we did a big tiki tour down the West Coast and hit a bunch of places, but there's still so many places we didn't go. Like we haven't down in California. Hi Crystal, did you go? We didn't go to the Tiki Tea.
No, I haven't been to Tiki Tea.
You went to Tiki No?
I liked Tiki No. The Tiki people hate Tiki No, but I loved it. I had a great time.
There's Clifton's Cafeteria, which has been around for 80, 90 years, open a tiki bar. We want to check that place out. So there's still places to go. One of the things about living on the West Coast...
Yeah, Max's
South Seas Highway, yeah. One of the things about living on the West Coast is when you road trip, once you've kind of hit your... Like, once we've hit Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, now you're in it to win it. Like, you're gone a 3-day weekend minimum or more with lots of driving. So it really has to get out when you're road tripping. When we did San Francisco, I think we did 5 days, 4 nights, something like that. We stayed a night on the way down, 2 nights in San Francisco, a night on the way back. When we drove to Las Vegas in California, we spent a few nights here and there. So it's super fun. There's lots of cool things to see and do for sure. But on the West Coast, there's so much distance between things. I'm sure back east, if you're in Boston, you can be in New York for lunch and DC for dinner and come back the next morning for breakfast in Philly and
it's much easier.
A little bit easier to hit some of those places. And of course, to get the bigger
especially
population
for a weekend,
centers. For a weekend, you get a big population center, you get more people kind of doing that stuff. So it's definitely a resurgence.
Yeah, in and outs.
Oh yeah,
it's true. The Siskiyous.
They're working their way up. Those Siskiyous Mountains were always fun and interesting. When I think I talked about this before, when you drove my friend's moving truck down from Seattle to California, it was also the first time I went to In-N-Out, but we had a rental truck, and the rental truck had it didn't have a cassette, it didn't have a CD player, it did have a digital radio. It was AM FM radio, but all that South Oregon I-5 was just going and going. Like, so you'd hit the scan, and it would go forward and would find something, and you'd hear a little bit of something, and then the static would be so bad. You'd hit scan. Well, then it would go all the way to the end, and then come back, and all the way to the end.
Nothing.
So it's nothing. So you're driving, and then it would catch a little signal, and it would come in, and it would scare you. You'd be like, what is that?
We do need a mermaid bar here. I agree. We went to the Sip and Dip in Great Falls, Montana.
Yes.
Which is an amazing mermaid bar and tiki bar with Piano Pat, who's been playing there for a million years. And we had a great night there, and we stayed there at the little motor lodge. Yep. They gave me a free rubber ducky. The mermaids were beautiful. It was
the Sip and
not
Dip
expected in Great Falls, Montana.
And it hasn't been inspected there for years and years and years. And really, it was a little fun thing they did. So it's a motor lodge. It's a cool 2-story. It's kind of square-shaped. Parking is in the middle. And the bar backs up against their swimming pool on the second floor. Well, they installed 2 big glass windows behind the bar in the swimming pool. And that's the pool for the motel.
The hotel, yeah.
So they've converted it into a tiki bar decades ago.
Yeah.
In fact, well, I'll take the story in a second. So the hotel bar, well, during the daytime, people could be in the pool, and sometimes people get a little frisky in the hotel pool. And the manager has to run up and say, just so you know, we're all down here eating and drinking. We can see what was going on under the water. It's not as private as you think it is. But then when the bar time hits, they close it off, and the mermaids start swimming around. We do need a mermaid bar here. I think there's a mermaid bar outside of San Francisco.
Sacramento, I think.
Outside of Sacramento. Oh, Sacramento.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the Rec Bar
Yeah.
in Florida that we definitely want to go with the most awesome mermaid superhero in the world. So,
Yes.
Medusa Rena, the
Hey,
fire-eating
girl.
mermaid. And I think there's another mermaid place, but I think that it's also in Florida. It's like that Wixie Watchy,
Oh yeah, the Wiki
water
Yeah.
spectacular, and they have water skiing and everything else. So super cool stuff.
Yeah.
This is how long the Sip and Dip had been there. We were sitting at the bar, eating and drinking, and there was a guy next to us who's easily 15 years older than me, and his parents. Well, he was telling the story that when he was born, that is the bar where his dad waited to hear the news. So this is in the time in the 60s and 70s where Dad wasn't even at the hospital.
Dad was at the tiki bar.
He was at the tiki bar drinking rum drinks, waiting to get the phone call that his kid had been born. And then the lady, so she was in her 70s, 80s, like, yep, looks around, she's like, hadn't changed all that much.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Such a great time.
Such a great time. I've done some looking at some pools. Candice was rolling her. I can hear her rolling her eyes now. There are some swimming pools that are made now. You can get out of shipping containers. They reinforce and waterproof, and put all the pool equipment in. But they also cut a big hole in the side and put a window in. I'm like, that would be perfect right in the backyard here, facing the deck, having a nice pool, having a big mermaid window. It'd be super fun for the summer. Now, that being said, it'd also be a lot of work for the other 50 weeks of the year we don't have something.
Yeah. We don't have pool weather.
Yeah. I mean, I just returned from walking the dog. It's almost dinner, but I would say, hey, hopefully were you walking the dog or was the dog walking you? Hopefully you both had fun, enjoyed some nice fresh air.
We had shrimp tacos. It's Taco Tuesday.
Oh, it is Taco Tuesday. We had shrimp tacos. They were delicious with some shredded cabbage. Candice said that she bought a big bag of shredded cabbage. I didn't realize how big the bag of shredded cabbage was. We're going to have cabbage for a lot of cabbage.
Fine.
It's fine. We need more veggies. Fiber and veggies are good. So it was a Tiki Taco Tuesday. We had a great time. We're looking forward to when we can share some more Tiki and Taco time with our friends.
Yes. Ooh, tacos.
Tacos too. Perfect.
Ooh, French dip sandwich.
French dip sounds so good.
That sounds delicious.
You know what? We've talked about French dip and then didn't eat it, and we're like, oh, I miss it. My mom used to make the best French dip. Oh, man.
I love a good French dip.
Mm.
So I guess I'm going to make French dip soon.
Sorry, I just kind of zoned out there thinking about
French dips.
But taco, we had nice, delicious shrimp tacos, so that was good. But like we say, it's a wonderful Tiki Tuesday, so that's a good time. We showed off the Tiki mugs, had a great time. Thank you everybody for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you if anybody did join yesterday and I didn't get a chance to see because the thing was, it was all turned around. I tried 5 times to go live, and I even tried a viewing party. I'm gonna try a watch party later this week. I don't know if it'll be it might be earlier in the day. It's a cool hour-long show.
Roasted chicken, steamed veggies, and baked potato. Yum, that sounds delicious. Bomb.
It's an episode of the Chris Gethard Show. It's about 40 minutes long. It's super cool. So I might try that on a viewing thing. So we'll try that, but we'll go live again tomorrow. We have a lot of fun doing it. I was a little bummed out yesterday that it kept crashing, but I think it's just so many people on it. Thank you everybody who's out there working. Thank you everybody who's out there helping others.
Thank you.
Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others.
Stay safe.
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. We miss you. We love you. We hope to see all of you very, very soon.
I hope y'all are ready for hugs.
Oh.
I'm coming at you. I'm a real good auntie, and I am coming at you with hugs.
Hugs. Also, we've got plenty of space here for Cuddle Puddle. That was a big Cuddle Puddle for lunch. So, hi, Andrea. So have a great day. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. All the hugs, all the high fives. Stay hydrated. Bye.